Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So it's going on 9:30. About to leave here by Pam. Just want to give an update of what was going on today. So of course they started to use her to try to um, engage in a very, again, aggressive, uh, negative way towards me. When I got here, she had uh, left to go to grocery shopping. Usually she's like, I'm going to grocery shopping, but she just kind of left. She was like, bye, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay. So I remember yesterday she said that she wanted to go grocery shopping, but again, when I got here like around 2:30, she didn't leave here until like 5 o'clock. What have you? Came back minutes to 8. Went downstairs to help her with the groceries. So she had parked, a couple of cars back from her apartment building. And then I saw a parking space like right next to her apartment building. So I said to her, "There's a parking space here." So now she drove up to the parking space. Right, took her 6 minutes to try to park her vehicle in the parking space. Right now she attempted twice, and I said to her, "You're not parked correctly." Right, she's looking at her camera in her car, and I said, because the car behind her, that car was parked fine. The car in front of her was parked, was a van in front of her, a white van in front of her, parked closer to the curb, right? So again, remember last night with the woman standing next to the white van. So to show you how these things are deliberate, right? So she, and again, this was all planned. So obviously, she, like I said, park a few cars back. Um, then after trying to park the car twice, I said to her, roll down your window, so that way I can direct you in terms of, because I said, your back is sticking out into the street, and your front wheel is like right on the sidewalk. You're about to go up on the sidewalk. So she didn't want to listen to me. So my son is there. I don't know, but again, this is what they do. So my son is there. He's literally counting the minutes. Right now, at 14-year-old, how is it that you're counting the minutes that So this is to tell you how they're being manipulated and how this is planned. And as I just said, that you had a police siren outside, right? So again, I'm saying to her, Pamela, roll down the window. No, 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 this and that. Again, right? Act like she didn't want to help. She didn't want my help, right? She didn't want me to tell her anything. And so, uh, um, oh yeah, I think when I came in today and I went to the kitchen, there were roaches all over the kitchen. Why? Because she made porridge, oatmeal porridge, and she left like a lot of the oatmeal on the countertop. So it was like a lot of roaches there. So I went to her bedroom. I said, "Hey, there's a lot of roaches on the countertop." I said, "You make oatmeal and you just let," but that's what she always does anyway. Whenever she cooks, um, you hear her making noise there, dropping stuff deliberately. Um, Whenever she's cooking, she makes a mess and don't clean. I keep telling her, I say, when you're cooking, you clean at the same time. When I cook, I clean. When I cook, I don't like cooking on a dirty stove and have dirty counter afterwards. So as I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. And when I'm finished cooking, when I'm done, I make sure I clean the countertops and make sure I clean the stove. That's how you do things. But that's why there's so many roaches. When I came in today, my daughter, uh, her sandwich from yesterday, she left it on her eating desk overnight. So it was like all these flies there. And I had to tell her, I said, I keep telling you, stop doing that. When you finish eating, you put the bowl in the sink. But again, they see their mother do this all the time. This is the dysfunctional mindset. And when you try to create some sort of structure, some sort of discipline, some sort of order, then they fight against it. Even, use your own kids, right? They will use your own kids because, again, the, too many of us do not understand what's going on, right? This is why you have hundreds of teenagers, particularly in Chicago. Chicago is a battleground. It is a war zone for the white supremacists and what it is that they've been doing, particularly when you start to look at young people in Chicago, right? Then on top of that, just like Atlanta, you have Houston now, Texas, where you have a lot of young black entrepreneurs. So what you start to see there is now you start to see a large increase in particularly black women, also STDs, particularly syphilis, which in Houston has become within the black community and black, particularly black women, is at an epidemic level, right? Because they're engaging in behavior not just with the opposite sex, but with the same sex as well. And there was a study done that I posted on Facebook, and I think I did a video on that too, where you have young black women engaging in sex with bisexual men, and they know that these men are bisexual, putting themselves in more risk of catching STDs, even HIV, right? But it doesn't bother them because that is how they're conditioned, right? It's this hypersexualized, this, and particularly, like I said, drugs has a lot to do with it, particularly these party drugs that are designed to enhance your sexual experience. And once they experience those things, they can never go back to having normal sex. It's not going to, you know what I'm saying? So this also is leading to a lot of younger women becoming bisexual, right? And so, the thing, like I said, is that our minds have been hijacked. You know, this psychological warfare, and again, and how they weaponize individual against STIs, right? But in the black community, our minds are weaponized against each other. Everything is weaponized against us. Sex is weaponized against us. Every single thing is weaponized against us, and particularly to destroy the black family and destroy the mindset of black children, so that as they get older with no direction, no one to correct them, just like how no one can correct black women, no one is going to be able to correct our young people, and therefore as they become adult, they become more dysfunctional, just like we were, but they even become more so dysfunctional. And one of the biggest thing about within the black community, in particular black women, is their religious belief. Their religious belief, which has indoctrinated their minds to where they don't want to learn the truth, they don't want to understand the truth, they don't want to know the truth. The pastors have been so used to using women as ATM machines that is all they care about is the money. They don't build nothing within the community. They don't buy any housing, fix it up, create low-income housing. They don't do all that stuff. All they're doing is filling their pockets with money and leaving the communities in shambles and leaving black women mind in a fucked up state. And I'm gonna say it, they're in a fucked up state. All right, and the state is the white supremacists on the police force, right, and then the state and local government. Understand what's going on. Okay, like I said, I always look at my targeting beyond my experience. I look at it in the broader scope, particularly as black people, because I can see, right, what this government has done, the government of the past have done. I did my research. You can look at all these things. Go and get the book, The Color of Law, The Color of Money, The Color of Success, the story of how Asian Americans were used as model citizens to, create this, help to create this disenfranchisedness within the black community, with the government giving loans and stuff to Asians to create businesses within the black community. And when you look at it, every other group that comes to America, they're given loans to create business within the black community, whereas black African Americans are not given those loans. They're discriminated against by the banks, by the financial institutions, and it's done purposely. Okay, so they hate that. Again, me studying this, understanding this, and understand how they're trying to dumb us down and keep us highly ignorant. Right, and our women have fallen into the traps, right? Particularly using money, and what else can I say, man? So back to Pam. So as she came back from doing the grocery, I went to help her, like I said, trying to help her with the forking. Didn't want to hear it. Ignore me. Come back upstairs now after bringing up some of the groceries. Now she's like, "Oh, I need your help." I said to her, "No, you don't need me. You don't need my help. See, they only want your help when it suits them, benefit them. They will never offer to help you if they don't get something in return." And this is why when I teach my kids, I don't teach them to be nice. I teach them to be good people, right? Good people who's going to tell people the truth, who's going to be good leaders. Not be nice. Not tell people what they want to hear. Our minds are too messed up as it is to continue this cycle of programming. And I say the word programming because that's exactly what it is. I don't like when we use the word breaking curses. It's not breaking generational curses. It's breaking our programming Some of it is encoded within our DNA, okay, because of post-traumatic slave syndrome. Others is again being manipulated by weapons using microwave and radio frequency, right, to control our minds. Another part of it is the lies, the indoctrination within the school system. And also, I bought my kids chains like what I'm wearing, and you know they don't like that, right? They do not like conscious black people. This is why you see they co-opted the word woke, both the liberals and the conservative, the far right and the far left of both parties, co-opting that word, right? Which those of us in the past who are conscious use that word, and they trying to change it into something negative. I understand what they do to us. All right. So, with that being said, yeah, and I have to. I'm going. They're going to the beach tomorrow. I said to her, "Hey, what time are you leaving for the beach?" Oh, I don't know. I said, "Well, listen, I'll call you if you're on your way." Hey, you know what I'm saying? I am not going to be disrespected. All right, and then you know when I said that, I said, "Oh no, you got this on your own. You don't need my help." Oh, I do, but my arm. It's funny how your arm never hurts you when you want to go out. Your arm don't hurt you. When you engage in whatever activities and you come back and your arm hurting you, then you want to come to me and talk about your arm hurting me. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. I don't want to hear that. Okay? So, that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.